Live City. Be on the lookout for updated details of that. August 12th is the Mulligans for Memories, the third annual Alzheimer's Association Golf Scramble. Major sponsor thanks to Morningstar Senior living the Billings will be out at Lake Hills Golf Course August 12th. And you can get a hold of Alicia for your foursome if you want to get signed up. Costs you $500. And you get a cart lunch, green fees, snacks, beverages in the course. Lots of fun helping out Alzheimer's Association Mulligans for Memories through Morningstar. Talk to Alicia at 690-8687, 406-690-8687. That is what's going on. Brought to you by BighornInspection.com.
Livin Large Larry live from the Red Light.
from the heat for a couple more days. Another day close to maybe the century mark around Billings, and out by Forsyth for the Roosevelt Treasure County Fair Friday afternoon. Heading in after my KGHL afternoon show this afternoon. It'll be 102 degrees, but a cold front moving in for the weekend. It'll be in the low to mid-90s then. Good forecast coming up for you. LivinLargeLarry.com from the Red Line Computer Studios in West Billings across from Goodwill off King and 29th. Carrie's Massage. Yeah, new place for a massage. Carrie's Massage. Check her out. And she's at 928 Broadwater, Suite number 204. Been open for a couple of months now and offering great services. Swedish, deep tissue, hot stone, prenatal massage. Not every massage therapist does prenatal massage. Carrie's Massage does. And if you're a new customer, and you get $10 off any offer, any service that Carrie's Massage has available for you. Carrie's Massage, you can check them out on Facebook and walk into and find 928 Broadwater and Billings, Suite number 204 for Carrie's Massage. $10 off. It seems everywhere you look there's values, there's coupons for this, coupons for that. But if you want the true value, get Hometown Values. Get it? Well, it's mailed to your home. Thousands get the Hometown Values magazine, and it is the real size of the magazine. It's not the size of the palm of your hand. And look through it. Practical items, Hometown Values for each section of our area. Hometown Values, Billings and Laurel. It's probably on your counter right now, by the way, or your mailbox. Log on to myhometownvalues.com. New season, new haircuts. If it's time, I get my haircut every 6 weeks from Jim and Austin's Barber Shop in Billings Heights at 2225 Main Street in the Heights. The best $10 haircut you'll ever have. And Jim and Austin's Barber Shop, they're trained to be barbers. Basic haircut, $10. 10 minutes in and out. Jim and Austin's Barber Shop, 2225 Main in the Billings Heights. Proud supporters of the Billings Wolves for 2016. And like them on Facebook, Jim and Austin's Barber Shop in Billings Heights.
Livin Large Larry live from the Red Line Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Billings area forecast on the show from Top Sandwich Company across from Shopkill and Billings off of King and 24th Street West. Top Sandwich Company delivery. It's free. Even one sandwich at Top Sandwich Company. In the 80s last week, complete change this week, 95 to the century mark. Close to 100 degrees by midweek around Billings, Montana this week. And that goes through, the 90s go through a good part of next week as well. So take a look at the forecast, an extended look at LivinLargeLarry.com. Click on the weather tab. You can have the forecast on the show. Courtesy of Top Sandwich Company with catering and food delivery. Top Sandwich Company, locally known across from Shopco and Billings. Top's Sandwich Company. Names you can trust? Well, one in the automotive industry is Brown's Auto Service. 4 locations. They're on Broadwater, 1144 Broadwater, Brown's West Auto Service, corner of Rosebud and 20th Street. Automatic Transmission Company through Brown's Automotive. Downtown Billings at 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North. And the downtown Brown's Rebuild Center at 18th Street North and 2nd Avenue North. Over 60 years of great communication skills and service. Brown's Automotive, 60 years in Billings. BrownsAutoBillings.com. Keystone Mortgage is a sponsor of our replays on the show. Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings at the new location right across the street from the pub station. Ask about their new loan tracker. You can see everything including rates, lock dates, personal notes, and documentation. It's private to you. The loan tracker through Keystone Mortgage Company in Billings, downtown. Cindy Graff and her crew at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4, is excited about the evolution and the growth of N2 Cryotherapy. They've been in Billings, N2 Cryotherapy, since last July, and business is growing. And as of right now, she's targeting athletes, as in high school athletes or college or professional, for the wellness therapy out called cryotherapy. You can learn a little bit more about cryotherapy at n2cryo.com. N2 Cryotherapy, the only one in this region. and to cryotherapy. 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Fiery motorcycle crash details. I'm Livin Large Larry. Authorities have released the name of a 19-year-old man who died in a fiery crash with his motorcycle in Billings over the weekend. The victim of the Sunday crash has been identified as Brandon Englund of Billings. A federal judge dismissed a lawsuit seeking to stop a logging project in the Kootenai National Forest, northwestern Montana. The Alliance for the Wild Rockies had argued in its lawsuit filed back in May of 2015 that logging on more than 92,000 acres on the east side of Lake Koocanusa violates environmental laws and can harm bull trout, grizzly bear, and lynx habitat. U.S. District Judge Dana Christensen says none of the environmental organization's claims warrants blocking the project. A wind farm developer says Montana regulators have set power rates too low for a project near Big Timber to be built. The Public Service Commission on Monday set the rate the Grey Cliff Wind Prime could charge Northwestern Energy at $45.49 per megawatt hour for power from the 25-megawatt Grey Cliff Wind Farm. Federal law requires utilities like Northwestern to buy power from small independent renewable power generators. Grey Cliff had requested a rate of $53.39 per megawatt hour, while Northwestern sought $35.65. The fire at Billings High School's tennis court, Skyview High in the Heights, July 14th, is now considered arson. Police suspect 2 glass bottles were used to create Molotov cocktails, which were thrown into the tennis courts. Classes for the summer session of a collaborative diabetes prevention effort between St. Vincent Healthcare and the Billings YMCA begins July 25th. Spots are still available, by the way. The old James F. Batten Federal Courthouse in downtown Billings has been sold to an Alaskan company, this time WC Commercial LLC. It intends to turn the over 213-square-foot building into office space after it removes asbestos from the building. Attorney General Tim Fox announced July 8th that Montana would join 20 other states challenging the directive by the U.S. Department of Education and Justice in transgender bathroom guidance. Wednesday, Governor Steve Bullock criticized the decision, but said, quote, "It's his decision," end quote. Sports. Every year, the state's best golfers gather for the men's state amateur tournament somewhere in Montana. This year, it's going to be held at the Laurel Golf Club, where a field of 138 are teaming off in the 3-day tournament. Anthony Rizzo homered twice off Bartolo Colon. Kyle Hendricks won his 9th game, and the Chicago Cubs beat the Mets 6-2 to take 2 of 3 in the rematch of last year's NL Championship Series. Rizzo's homer was estimated by Major League Baseball to have traveled 451 feet had it landed at ground level unimpeded. Look at local and regional news and sports. I'm Livin Large Larry. Recorded a conversation with Mayor Tom Hanlo at KGHL during my afternoon show at AM 790 and 94.7 FM. A recorded visit with Mayor Tom Hanlo and Mayor Call coming up. City of Billings, just a couple of minutes here at the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings, across from Goodwill, livinlargelarry.com. Couponing is back, and how would you like to look at a coupon magazine that's larger than the palm of your hands? Real-sized Hometown Values coupon magazine. There's one built and issue out for your area in and around Billings and Laurel. Hometown Values, shop the original. Inside, practical couponing, Hometown Values, and log on to myhometownvalues.com. Check out the new Heights issue of Hometown Values. Carrie's Massage. Yeah, new place for a massage. Carrie's Massage. Check her out. And she's at 928 Broadwater, Suite number 204. Been open for a couple of months now and offering great services: Swedish, deep tissue, hot stone, prenatal massage. Not every massage therapist does prenatal massage. Carrie's Massage does. And if you're a new customer, and you get $10 off any offer, any service that Carrie's Massage has available for you. Carrie's Massage, you can check them out on Facebook, and and walk-ins, you can find 928 Broadwater and bring suite number 204 for Kelly's Massage. $10 off. Trained barbers and your hair. Jim and Austin's Barbershop at 2225 Main Street in the Heights. And trained barbers. Jim and Austin's Barbershop. $10 haircuts. 10 minutes in and out. Jim and Austin's Barbershop. Proud sponsors of the 2016 Billings Wolves. Find them on Facebook.
Livin Large, Larry Live. From the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large, Larry Live.
Replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North, then right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company, you aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage.
Good morning, Lloyd. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, nice weekend, doing great so far as we think about heading into the weekend. Mayor call time, and I have a bit of bad news that I wanted to share with you because you and I talked about the construction project over off of Grand and Zimmerman Trail a couple of weeks ago. And I've got some friends that own businesses and run businesses out there. And the athletes for J. Johansson's business, he closed his doors because of just a lack of customers during the construction time over there.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I just hope that's not a sign of things to come. But, I mean, he's a young man. He's smart. He'll bounce back. But that's just an example of how that kind of construction changes businesses.
Oh, absolutely, Larry. And I totally, I understand and I sympathize for him. And, it's a difficult time of year, construction season, when the weather lets up, and that's when the contractors do their work. And it's unfortunate. We tried to find a way to keep a lane open out there, but we just simply could not because of the type of work they were doing. But they are paving now, so it's just going to be a matter of days. That'll be wide open, and it'll turn out nice. But I'm sorry to hear that, Larry.
Yeah, it's just about done as of right now, the construction anyway. Was there? I'm kind of confused about the Fifth Avenue corridor feasibility study. Was there a study and then was it tabled and then you brought it back to life, or what's going on there?
No. There was money allocated, federal funding for a study, and the council and the one meeting I missed, and since I was elected the first time, and that was the evening they voted not to use those funds and not to proceed with that study. So consequently, the study will not be done. There is a lot of concern that the study may result in the recommendation of abandoning the railroad spurs, or at least that direction. And some of the council is very uncomfortable with that, be it that some of the businesses rely so heavily on the railroad spurs. So the good news is, Larry, is that there's some discussion now that we may revert to the use of 2nd and 3rd Avenue North for the bikeway, walkways, and convert those streets back to two-way. And that's not been decided. However, there's some discussion, and that could be the direction we go.
And I understand the Billings City Council members met with some of the changes made over last weekend to the proposed growth policy. And how's that working?
Very well. And it didn't surprise me at all. There was minor changes, just a little bit of wordage in regards to environmental concerns and water, wastewater, and making sure that that's placed into the future plans of utilizing our water services to the best of our ability and efficiently as possible. There's some discussion about farmland west of Billings in relation to future expansion development and the need for crops, to sustain our local users. So the changes that came about were nothing so significant that I wouldn't say we can't live with, and I'm sure they'll be fine. I think we'll be able to get through it just fine.
Okay, I'm going to throw this out there and then have you kind of finish up the topic. I think you'll get it when I say it. Billings.buildingi.com.
Absolutely. Very exciting website. Changes there, allowing the ability for the users that are on the web to access the building department, be it that if they're interested in where the building permits are being utilized, whether it be your next door neighbor down the street, to see what's going on. All that information has always been public, but difficult to access.
Yeah.
This is going to make it extremely easy for our users, and it's just an example of our new website, that it's certainly more user-friendly than it's ever been.
And seeing that we're in most of us are in a multitasking world, you can use the website 24/7, which is very cool.
Exactly. Whether it's in the evening, weekends, the information should be there. It's expected to be there. Public information, but now it's even easier to access than it's ever been.
Billings.buildingi.com. I like it. Mayor Tom Handel. Any final thoughts or comments from you?
You know, Larry, last weekend we had the 32nd annual Big Sky State Games, and I cannot say enough towards Karen Sanford-Gall, the overall chairperson of the games, and her staff, and of course all the citizens, both local and those that came from outside the area to participate. Thousands of people, and you may or may not have heard, but it went off very, very smooth. And of course that's a major event for the city of Billings, not only for the visitors, but revenue. And congratulations to Big Sky State Games once again for a huge success.
Yeah, I was talking to Karen Sanford-Gall on the show last week before the opening ceremonies. And yeah, her and her team do a great job, and I was telling her how impressed I am with the torch lighters she brings in. Dot Richardson, what a bundle of energy Dot was last Friday.
Oh, she was a lot of fun. We had an opportunity to visit, spend a lot of time together, and what a fantastic person. Just an exciting background, and like you say, brought a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and did a fantastic job of getting things off to a great start.
Been a busy summer. Mayor Tom Handel, the Mayor Call, we appreciate your time, and you have a great weekend with Robin.
Absolutely, and the same to Carrie, and thank you very much to our listeners out there.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
Billings area forecast on the show from Top Sandwich Company across from Shopko and Billings off of King and 24th Street West. Top Sandwich Company delivery is free, even one sandwich at Top Sandwich Company. In the 80s last week, complete change this week, 95 to the century mark. Close to 100 degrees by midweek around Billings, Montana this week. And it goes through, the 90s go through a good part of next week as well. So take a look at the forecast, an extended look at livinlargeland.com. Click on the weather tab. You can have the forecast on the show. Courtesy of Top Sandwich Company with catering and food delivery. Top Sandwich Company, locally known across from Shopko and Billings. Top's Sandwich Company. Names you can trust? Well, one in the automotive industry is Brown's Auto Service. 4 locations. They're on Broadwater, 1144 Broadwater, Brown's West Auto Service, corner of Rosebud and 20th Street. Automatic Transmission Company through Brown's Automotive. Downtown Billings at 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North. And the downtown Brown's Rebuild Center at 18th Street North and 2nd Avenue North. Over 60 years of great communication skills and service. Brown's Automotive, 60 years in Billings. BrownsAutoBillings.com. Broadcasting from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings, next to the Wave Car Wash off King and 29th in West Billings, Montana, and on YouTube. Use a TuneIn smartphone app for your Androids and iPhones. And what is going on around this area? It's like fair week for the small towns. Bighorn Inspection brings you what's going on. Bighorn Inspection, petrochemical and refinery inspection. BighornInspection.com. Roundup, Muscle Shell Golden Valley 4-H Fair and Livestock Sale going on through the weekend, through Saturday. And then Roundup, attend free admission. And then in Forsyth, it is the Rosebud Treasure County Fair through Saturday as well, with Neil McCoy in concerts on Saturday nights. And it was co-sponsored by KGHL, where I do my afternoon radio show. Neil McCoy in concerts in Forsyth, and tickets to in for that. That's free admission to the Rosebud Treasure County Fair. And we'll have a recorded talk from our morning guy on KGHL. Nick Tyler talked to Neil McCoy last week, and A good 10-minute talk with Neil, who's full of energy. And then in Columbus, it is the Stillwater County 4-H Fair and Livestock Auction. That's going on this weekend as well. Stillwater County 4-H Fair in Columbus. So it's fair weekend in and around Billings, Montana. That is what's going on. Snapshot look. What's going on from BighornInspection.com. Amber Gustaina's realtor with Century 21 Hometown Brokers can make your dreams come true. The service area for Amber Gustaina's includes Billings, Lockwood, Rowan, Joliet, Roberts, Red Lodge, Columbus, and more. Single-family homes, townhomes, lots, and land, whatever you're in the market for. Amber Gustaina's Century 21 Hometown Brokers and 406-690-5902. If you have not tried cryotherapy, in Billings you can now since last July. Cindy Grant from their staff at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4. If you're an athlete or if you just work out, if you're elderly and have aches and pains, try cryotherapy. If you log on to the website, you can learn a lot about what cryotherapy is all about and how it can help you as well. N2 Cryotherapy in Billings, N2cryo.com.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Midtown the Morning Show on KGHL Radio, and a nice visit with Neil McCoy playing this Saturday nights out in Forsyth at the Rosebud Treasure County Fair in concert.
The mighty 790 AM and 94.7 FM KGHL, and the Midtown Morning Show with a very special guest as we look ahead to this weekend. We're getting ready for the Rosebud Treasure County Fair, and our special guest will be Neil McCoy in concert this Saturday night. It'll be at 8 o'clock, and want to welcome him to the first time to the program. Neil McCoy, good morning.
Howdy, Nick. I just wanted to, first of all, tell you thanks for letting me speak to your listeners and tell them that if they don't make the show Saturday, they're going to be ashamed because everybody that does make it is going to say, we are ignorant for not coming.
Absolutely. You are, boy, I got some questions, but you're a very high-energy show, and I know you take a lot of pride in that, Neil.
I do, yes, sir. And you know, it's not always just running around or jumping and stuff like that. It's just an energy that we exert through our music and through the band and just our spontaneity and hopefully personality. We like to get people in there, and we want our goal is for when they walk over to say, golly, that's about as much fun as I've ever had.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. How's the road treating you so far this summer?
Man, it's good. We've been slaving away. We came off of a 3-day weekend, had 1 day off, and then just finished up a 5 straight days in a row. Been all over the country, and now we're headed up toward you guys. But it's good. You know, we love summertime. A lot of fairs and festivals and different things going on gives us an opportunity to work that. Like when we're not having some of those kind of shows in the spring or the fall, we go do other things. But right now, we love being outside, especially when you got weather like you guys have. But I know it's hot and it's summertime, but it's not as hot as some other places.
That's absolutely correct. It can always be much worse. Neil, you ever get a chance to bring the family on the road with you?
I do. As a matter of fact, we were hoping they were going to get to make this run, but we just dropped them off. We just played Sunday night in Ohio, and we're headed toward y'all now, and they had to get home. I had both my kids, 30-year-old daughter with her 2 kids, my grandkids.
Sure.
And had our son out and my wife out, but it's just me and no band now.
That's great to hear. We'll get to the band in just a little bit. Checking out your website, like I said, you've got a very enthusiastic fan base through your fan club. If you want to talk about that, Neil, and I also know that you are, and a lot of us are, big supporters of our country and, of course, of our troops. That seems to resonate with your fans and people that are new to your music, or maybe just coming to a Neil McCoy concert for the first time.
Yes, sir. We've got very loyal fans, and they appreciate what we've been able to do. You know, through our USO work. I've been on 15 USO tours.
Incredible.
In Iraq 7 times, Afghanistan a few times, just different places. And the most recent thing I've done, Nick, is, and I just woke up and did it one day, probably close to a year ago, and I just wrote the Pledge of Allegiance on my Facebook page because I wanted to do that. As crazy as everything is now with presidential race and just things that are going on, no matter what side of the aisle you're on anything, whatever. At least we can do is support our flag and our country. So I started the Pledge of Allegiance. I wrote it for about 2 weeks, and then for the last 6 or 7 months, I've been saying it every morning, no matter where I am. And it is just absolutely, people are loving it. We're averaging about 100,000 views a day. And it's just, I just want people to know that I love our country, no matter what's going on in it. We still have the best country in the world, and I know that because my mother's from the Philippines, and when she was raising us as kids, as children, she always told us, well, you ought to be grateful. You don't know what it's like growing up in another country, but you will. And when you do, you're going to be more thankful for what you have in this country, and that is exactly right. Mom is a very smart lady.
I understand it. I really do. Neil McCoy is my guest in concert Saturday night at 8 at the Rosebud Treasure County Fair. A couple other questions. Just I thought I'd ask you, Neil, what's it like being on a USO tour? That's got to be an overwhelming thing for anybody involved.
It is. It's overwhelming, we think, for everybody. And the troops will tell you, we can't thank you enough. When in reality, it's the thrill and excitement and the joy and the love that we get out of being able to go over and see them. And we've been into theater a lot, but not only into theater. We've been to Germany and England and Bosnia and Italy and just different bases where sometimes during wartime, those folks would be a little forgotten because everybody's concentrating on what's going on in the Middle East all the time when we're at war there. But we've got troops all over this world that are taking care of us. And they have a lot of great troops in the United States that take care of us here at home, too. So, man, any chance that we get, and I would suggest that to anyone, because it's not always having the opportunity to entertain them. Sometimes we get to different places and just have time to shake a hand or hug a neck and just tell them we appreciate their service. People ought to do that. And I'm going to take it one step further, if you don't mind, Nick.
Absolutely.
Our first responders, all of our first responders, and the American police are being treated now by some folks. I just think we need to tell those folks, too, when you see them. Thanks for taking care of us. Don't it?
Neil McCoy with me. Neil, helping out the troops involved with the USO. Tell us about your East Texas Angel Network.
Man, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk about all the good things. I mean, I love country music, and we love being in music, but the East Texas Angel Network is a foundation my wife and I started 22 years ago to help children in Northeast Texas with life-threatening and life-challenging illnesses, and because of a lot of great folks I know in country music and just different genres of music.
Yep.
They've come and given us some of their wonderful time, and we've been able to raise about $8 million right here in Northeast Texas to help these children. And it's just a great foundation, and it helps these children with some of their financial problems. And man, somebody that's got a sick child or a life-challenged child, they run across, they can't quite make their light bill or the car payment or maybe their home payment or their apartment payment. And we just want to get involved in that and just take a little burden off whenever we can.
Neil McCoy, my special guest, in concert Saturday night at 8 o'clock at the Rosebud Treasure County Fair. Hope everybody can make it down. Let's talk some music, Neil, if that'd be all right. And let's start let's start with your label, 903 Music. Just kind of interested being on one side of the microphone, then being on the other side, if you've done any producing. How you feel about being in the studio? What's it like running your own label?
Well, that up and ran for quite a while, Nick. It is, unfortunately, is not going anymore.
Okay.
And the reason being is we've had success with it. It's just one of those deals where you just got to continue to have success all the time, and we just couldn't do that. We got off to a great start, did well, but it is not unlike major labels that they go out of business. It's just hard to continue to go, but I loved every minute of it. I loved having the ability to create and to come up with our own ways of promoting and distributing and stuff like that. And but unless you're one of the big majors, it's hard to hang around. But we did, and I loved it. From a music standpoint, it gave me the opportunity to release what I wanted to release. Like Billy's got his beer goggles on. We released that.
Yep.
I didn't research it. I didn't run it past all the programmers. I hired my promotion staff and said, hey guys, this is the single. I think if we can get it to radio and get people to listen to it, it'll work. And we were able to do that. And so I just wanted to be able to show people that it can be done just off of a gut feeling and not always researching everything.
I understand.
And I love the music business, but my most recent project
is
a song of songs, what they call the Great American Songbook. Nat King Cole and Sinatra and Dean Martin, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you don't know me.
About that music.
You don't know me. Is that your latest album or your new one, right?
Yes, sir. It is. Yes, sir. And it is of that music.
It's good stuff.
I've always found my reputation as an entertainer.
Sure.
Is what keeps us going. But I want to show people too that I could sing, and in that music you really have to understand and interpret and praise, deliver. And I want to show people I was capable of doing that. And man, it's the greatest album I've ever been part of. And I love all my country stuff. But this lets me have an opportunity to show people that I can really sing.
Yeah, you don't know me, of course, coming from the Eddie Arnold, Ray Charles classic. A couple other your favorites that you covered on the album, Neil?
Oh, gosh, probably one my mother used to sing to me called A Long, Long Time, which is Kiss Me Once and Kiss Me Twice and Kiss Me Once Again.
Sure.
This is out around World War II. The troops were leaving to go to war, coming back. That kind of music, unforgettable. And Nat King Cole, just some great romantic stuff, and it's just a whole album full of good stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're about out of time. You've been very gracious with it. I appreciate it and wish you safe travels for you and your crew and your family as you head back to Montana once again as you continue through the summer. Neil, before we let you go, if they'd like to find out about the new album, maybe keep up with you on Facebook and Twitter. You want to talk about your Facebook page, maybe the website, maybe we can order some of the album, new and, of course, what you've had in the past.
Yes, sir. You can get everything you need. Anything you need to know about Neil McCoy, you can go to neilmccoy.com, which is my website. We try and keep that updated and regular of their touring schedule. And we've got Montana on there when we're coming up there. And also, Neil McCoy Facebook, musician/band is where I do my Pledge of Allegiance every day, no matter where I am across the country. And I've had a lot of folks, Brad Paisley and Jake Owen and Thomas Red, a lot of people. When I'm working with them, they'll say the Pledge of Allegiance with me. I put that up. People are enjoying it. And a lot of people are getting a kick just out of being able to hear them say the Pledge of Allegiance again. A lot of folks who have lived for a little while and said it in a while and are enjoying it. And we're getting everything from nursing homes to elementary schools, and everybody's getting on board. And I even painted my bus. You're going to see it when you get there. It's got an American flag on it with the Pledge of Allegiance on the side. And, man, it's just good stuff. And I tell you, thank you enough, Nick, for doing your research and your homework and knowing about USA Tours and our foundation. That's huge to me, and give me the opportunity to talk. Because sometimes we get on here and people go, how'd you get started in music? So I appreciate you doing your homework and let us talk about some stuff that means a lot to us.
Well, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to have you on the show, and I'll tell you what, Neil, just keep up the great work, my friend.
I will, buddy, and everybody come see us, and I promise they'll leave highly entertained and very happy.
You definitely will. And thanks again to Neil McCoy. In concert Saturday night, 8 o'clock. We'll see you at the Rosebud Treasure County Fair. If you'd like to join us on the bus, just give us a call as quick as you can. We're filling up. It's 252-6661.
Our replay of segments on livinlargelarry.com on the show from Keystone Mortgage Company here in Billings. Purchase, refinance, investment properties, and a brand new place to call home for work. Keystone Mortgage downtown now, across from the pub station, 2442 First Avenue North. You can find them on Facebook. Type in the keyword Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. I think you'll love the changes at Keystone Mortgage.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
Glance at news, livinlargelarry.com. We utilize Billings Gazette, also ktvq.com and color8.com. And once in a while, we also utilize Ed Kemmick's Last Best News. There was a big brawl, West Billings, 1600 block of Avenue D the other night. Involved at least eight people. I think 4 ran away from the scene. So let's say up to 12 people. Using nunchucks, a wooden training sword, a pool cue. Some rumor that there may have been a gun involved and knives and stuff. About 8 of Billings PD squad cars arrived and no arrests, according to reports here. Nobody would cooperate or press charges. The 4 that ran away would have been charged with obstruction. So it's kind of a waste of money. So anyway, non-event. big brawl. After announcing the company was filing for bankruptcy in June, a corporate spokeswoman said Thursday that the Hastings store in Billings is set to close. All Hastings stores and corporate offices will discontinue operations. Spokeswoman Peyton Burgess said the exact closure date has yet to be determined. Montana has 5 other Hastings locations: Bozeman, Helena, Missoula, Butte, and Great Falls. The company has fallen on hard times following declining sales and a shrinking market for physical media like CDs and video movies and stuff. A Crow Indian Reservation woman who admitted she helped her husband kill and transport bald eagles was sentenced on Thursday to probation. Rhonda Burdenground was sentenced in U.S. District Court in Billings to 3 years probation. Burdenground pleaded guilty in February to unlawfully transporting illegally taken eagles, which is a felony. The woman admitted that she and her husband, Alexander, conspired to shoot an eagle and went to Dunmore to hunt for one, a bald eagle. Burdenground's husband successfully shot at least one eagle, and Alexander Burdenground is set for sentencing coming up in August. A Billings man on probation for a burglary conviction is accused of raping a teenage runaway. Nicholas Orr, he's 26. Was set to appear Thursday in Nelson County Justice Court on the charge of sexual intercourse without consent. The mother of a 13-year-old girl reported in 2013 that she suspected her daughter was staying at Orr's home near North Park in Billings. When police when went to the home to confront Orr, they found the girl back in a bedroom closet. The girl was taken to the hospital to undergo a sexual assault exam where Orr's DNA was found in the sample. Orr is being held at the Elton County Jail on $55,000 bond. It's unclear why it's taken 3 years for Orr to be charged with the crime. Again, he's in jail. After being closed for more than 2 months, the Billings Parks and Rec Department said Phipps Park is scheduled to reopen this week. The department closed the park in May after a rock slide. And on Wednesday, Parks and Rec Superintendent John Thompson said the park will reopen Friday afternoon, so this afternoon. But with some changes, Thompson said they had to reroute a trail in some of the holes at 2 of the disc golf courses that were close to the slide. He said one disc golf course was removed entirely, but Phipps Park is set to open, Oregon in complications, this afternoon, Friday. Look at news for you. LivinLargeLarry.com.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
Terry Porta guest coming up, and join the Exit Realty car full of sporting goods from Shields. And you guess how many sporting goods are in the Exit Realty smart car, and for a dollar donation, at least $1 donation, and whatever you can give, it goes to help Zoo Montana, fundraising for Zoo Montana, and also for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Williamston, kind of cool events that are going on around town. Brought to you by Bighorn Resorts, or the Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com. Terry Porter's Talk with me coming up here. Our replay of segments on LivinLargeLarry.com on the show from Keystone Mortgage Company here in Billings, purchase, refinance, investment properties, and a brand new place to call home for work. Keystone Mortgage downtown now, across from the pub station, 2442 First Avenue North. You can find them on Facebook. Type in the keyword Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. I think you'll love the changes at Keystone Mortgage.
And Terry Porta with his Lingering Love Studios. I mean, you're affiliated with Exit Realty, too, with Bill, right?
Yes, I married the man.
Of course you did. So I've been reading on social media, you guys got the Exit Realty car out filled with sporting goods. Talk about the program. What a cool deal. Fun, too.
We have an amazing program going on. The Shields Sporting Goods has completely donated enough gear and sporting goods to fill our entire smart car. So we have jammed everything we possibly could into this little car, so much that I could hardly drive it over here. And we had to pack it full after I got out. And people get to guess how many pieces or items are in the smart car. And when they guess, they can also donate $1 to the zoo. The donating is their choice, of course, but the Zoo Montana is going to benefit from this for 5 days, and all the sporting goods will go as a donation from Shields to the Boys and Girls Club.
That's pretty cool.
We're super excited about it.
Yeah, so who are some of your partners helping you out with this this fantastic event?
We have Universal Lending, we have Pillar to Post, We have Texas Roadhouse. We have, of course, Exit Realty. We have, oh gosh, I hope we don't forget someone. Of course, the Boys and Girls Club. We have, my brain. Of course, Lingering Love. I'm going to be donating a 12 by 48 inch mantelpiece, which is an original oil painting of a scene over a lake with ducks, and it's really like sporting goods oriented.
Oh, very cool, yeah.
So yeah, I think that's everyone. I might have forgot someone. If I do, I still apologize.
Well, they'll understand. What a great program. And whose brainchild was this?
This was Bill's. Bill has ideas every day. We can barely contain them. He just pops with ideas constantly. So this one took wing, Bill, and we're all really excited to jump on board. So we'll be at Shields tonight and tomorrow, all the way till they close. I think 8 o'clock is when we're going to be there. I don't know if they close later than that, but I think 8 o'clock. Then we'll be at the Texas Roadhouse on Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, both days, we're going to be all day at the zoo. So parked right out front, people can come and donate. They can come and make their guess. Every night, we're going to draw a name for we're going to find whoever guesses the closest on the car. They get the Texas Roadhouse dinner for two for that night. So each night, somebody is a winner. And then we're going to announce that Monday, July 25th. So then on the grand finale, all those names that got put in, those are going to go in for the oil painting.
That's really cool, yeah.
Oil painting's valued at about $1,200.
Well, how fun for the community, and yeah, seems pretty simple. The Exit Realty Smart Car is going to be touring all over the area. You guess how many sporting goods are in there. You donate $1 or more, minimum of $1, have a chance to win some fantastic prizes. So Terry Porta, what a cool fun.